Hey,
Ladies and gentlemen, KocoSports.com proudly presents Wrestle AM. It's half wrestling show, half morning show, pretty much all BS. And of course, you got the Koco crew here holding it down live. Yours truly, sexiest man on all Internet Wrestling Radio. Boom Boom here, shaking the room, live from the RVA, Richmond, Virginia. And of course, join me there, way across the pond, the man who lives off watered-down protein shakes, carrots, and crippling depression, Dave Koco.
What's going on, brother? Man, it's great to be back. Remember when I said we were going to do Stump the Idiots like almost every day?
Yeah, that did.
Yeah. Remember when I said I was going to do Koco Plays every day?
Yeah, apologize.
I'm sorry, I suck. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe. Oh, man. Hey, first off, mad props to Internet Infantry. Woo! Congratulations to ECW's Philadelphia Eagles. I'm pretty sure that's how you describe the Eagles now.
Yeah.
ECW's
Yes.
Philadelphia Eagles. I'm a huge Ricochet fan. I'm actually a Bucks fan, but I grew up in New Jersey, like 10 minutes away from Philadelphia. So congratulations, ECW, riding in the streets. No, fuck that. Philadelphia doesn't even exist. That city is now called ECW. It's the ECW 76ers. It's the ECW Super Bowl champion Eagles. Or Super Bowl champion ECW Eagles.
I was honestly just so happy that the Patriots lost that when I went out for my cheat meal, I celebrated by having a Philly cheesesteak.
Nice. I don't hate the Patriots that much. Maybe it's because I don't watch. Maybe it's because I don't watch that much American football anymore. Yeah, exactly. I just watch the Bucks, and the Bucks have bigger rivals.
In other words, your Sundays suck.
Yeah, well, they're like Monday mornings. So, but go Bucks! As I'm wearing a Ricochet Eagles shirt. Anyway, who's your team? Oh, you don't even like the NFL.
Not really. I guess I tend to like pull. I guess when it comes to the NFL, I tend to pull for the Denver Broncos. And there's also like this little part of me, and I can't explain why. I'm talking like maybe like 5% of my fandom goes to like the Cleveland Browns, just because I just want to fucking see him win. I don't know why. They're like lovable losers, like the Chicago Cubs. You know, well, not anymore.
Let me call you back.
But you know. I know. So, but I'm not a huge fan of the NFL, but that's the two teams I tend to look at the most. Well, Koco, what have you been up to?
Nothing much, man. Just fighting a good fight. And no, that's not true at all. I've just been depressed. I'm like, I'll podcast and Boom Boom on Friday nights and become slowly but surely an alcoholic gym rat. Oh. Fighting a good fight. That's fighting a good fight, right?
Yeah, that is absolutely.
Just one thing I want to plug, and then we can get into the news, brother. Okay. Hack Myers had a memorial show, and they put the whole thing up on YouTube. And those that have been watching the show for a long time or know me from back in my Tampa Bay, St. Petersburg promoting days or radio days or television, my life was a lot better in America. That's the point of that story. But me and Hack Myers were really close friends, and they just put up his memorial show. Maybe I'll do a review on it, but there's a link down in the doobly-doo. So if you want to see some Florida indie wrestling, I don't know how good the show is, but I know Hack Myers was a great friend of mine, and any support would be great. And, you know, they put up the show for free, so check it out. There's a link down in the doobly-doo. All right. Go ahead, Booms. Awesome. Let's rock this.
All right, well, we got some wrestling. Man, dude, we got a shit ton of wrestling to get to, man. We got some wrestling coming up this weekend. First, actually, if it hasn't happened now, it's about to. New beginnings in Osaka going down here. It features a lot of 5-on-5. It's actually your favorite faction, Chaos, versus one of my favorite factions, Los Ingobernables de Japón. It's looking like it's more like a power struggle jockey for who's the #1 faction in New Japan. Spoiler alert: the Booker's on the winning side.
Yeah. It is the year of chaos. Did you see that one photo that's on Instagram and Twitter and all that, where it's just like them just chilling with all the titles?
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
But you know what? You could have your cool T-shirts.
I pissed somebody off with that because I saw that on. There's like a Facebook group I follow. It's called Pro Res Japanese Ichiban. I've just fucked that up. Let's just pretend I said it right.
Actually, you did say it right.
Yeah, and
the one time you're not sure is the one time you say it right. Go on.
Yeah. And I said, I was like, I'm not saying these guys aren't worthy, but it's kind of easy to be on top when you're when the Booker's in the faction and somebody got pissed off like, oh, well, I guess it's still rude to you. That's kayfabe. And I'm like, no, it's not. And so this guy wanted to like get in dick measuring contest with me over that. And I'm just like, I don't care, But anyway,
I don't know. I I hate arguing on the internet now. Like,
Oh,
if it's
I
like
know.
a podcast or in person, like, I don't know. I go on Twitter a lot, but like someone could be completely wrong, and I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let them go. Just let it go. Twitter and Facebook's like the worst place to argue
Oh, I know.
because it's so time consuming. Like in person, you'd be like, fuck off. You're wrong. No, you're not. You're wrong. All right. Have a good day, brother. But like on Facebook, you got to wait like 20 minutes for the response. It's like playing chess through mail. It just takes too long. And then like it starts getting like debatable, and then they just block you. It's like, what a waste of goddamn time.
Exactly.
So go on.
Real quick, I'm just going to run down the card real quick. I don't want to spend too much time on this other than I'm going to check it out on New Japan World. Let's see. You got the trial series, the 7-match trial series. You got Kitamura. He's on match number 5 now. He's taking on Yuji Nagata. I'm thinking Kitamura is going to be a fucking like star once he gets polished. I think they're going to send him to Ring of Honor, and I think he's going to come back like a monster heel because I mean, just his physique is just fucking unreal.
I could see him because he's actually a really good wrestler and he has a great physique. I could actually see him going with the ROH World Strap. Put him in there, and not only that, but maybe they send him down to I don't know. I apologize. I don't know which. I think it's CMLL.
Yeah,
or
it
is
is
it
CMLL.
Yeah.
CMLL's their
Yeah, of course. I apologize.
But by the way, thanks to whoever linked to that show on YouTube, because I actually subscribed to CML's YouTube site. I saw Kawato's first match in CMLL. He did okay. I mean, it wasn't perfect. I mean, you could tell he's got some stuff to work on, but that's why he's there. And I think he had a decent first outing.
Yeah. But I'd like to see him go in Ring of Honor because then more of Western fans will see him. And it'll be a big stage. And I think he would do amazing things in Ring of Honor. So, yeah. Go on.
All right. Again, I'm trying to get through this as quick as I can because I don't want to spend too much time on this. You got Roppongi 3K. It's looking like they're going to defend the Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships against Kanemaru and Il Desperado of Suzuki-gun. Then we've got some 8-man tag action. We got Elgin, Maccabi, Kushida, and Taguchi taking on Suzuki-gun. That's Suzuki, Izuka, Taichi, and Takamichinoku. Let's see what else here. We got 6-man action. We got Henare, Juice Robinson, and Finley versus Jay White, Tomohiro Ishii, and Toru Yano.
I want to stop you right there, dude. I love New Japan. I love New Japan more than a straight man should. But these 4-on-4, 5-on-5, 10-on-10 matches, I really just don't give a fuck anymore. Like, I just don't. I know you're not supposed to, like, New Japan fans, especially Western New Japan fans, you can't insult New Japan. But Jesus Christ. Like, the whole time you're going through this, I'm like, I don't even know if I'm going to watch this live. I might just fast forward and read results. I mean, I don't know. It just me. It's
with these two,
a 4-on-4 match, a 5-on-5 match, and all this stuff. When the card is filled with them, I see it the same way you see an NFL preseason game. Like, yeah, if I'm in the fucking room, I'll watch it, but I don't know if I want to fucking watch a 5-on-5, 10-on-10.
There's kind of a point behind these two.
Well, at least they got teams and factions. At least they got that going.
You got that. I mean, right now there's talk that Maccabi is going to challenge Suzuki for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. I think this would help set that up with protecting everybody else. Right now, Jay White's pissed off everybody on this other team here. Well, I guess not Juice. Well, not even Juice yet, but he beat David Finley. He beat the shit out of Henare. Finally got a win via referee stoppage. Henry's been picking fights with Ishii, so that kind of makes sense from there.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next we have this is where we get into the five matches between Chaos and Los Ingobernables de Japan. You got Ghetto versus Bushi. Ghetto. I watched the two Road to New Beginning shows on New Japan World, which they have English commentary for. Thank you very much, Kevin Kelly and Rocky Romero.
Just mad props to Kevin Kelly. I know we brought this up in another show, but he went from that fucking guy that I wish he wasn't on my TV screen to being the savior of something I absolutely love. And I know it's a little over the top to call him a savior, but do you know how many people we talk about how great New Japan is for such a long time, and they're like, oh, English commentary. And now, thanks to Kevin Kelly, that's a reality, you know? So, like,
I think he's just professional at what he does, and he actually cares. I actually sent a nasty gram because, and this is going to lead to another story, but I'll go ahead and say it now. Like the Strong Style Evolve show that they're doing in Los Angeles in March, they've already announced that AXS is going to carry that live, and unfortunately, it's going to be JR and Josh Barnett doing the English commentary for that. I sent a tweet, and I doubt anybody saw it, but I sent a tweet to New Japan, and I was like, can we just have an alternative on New Japan World to have Kevin Kelly and Don Callis call it, because they actually care.
Yeah.
JR and Barnett. Now, the thing that pisses me off about JR and Barnett is they get paid all this money. They do all this shit, but they don't know who the fuck anybody is. They can't pronounce anybody's fucking names, which I can let slide a little bit because, whatever. I'm not going to like nail you over that, but I at least expect you to kind of know who they are, what they look like, some of their backstory, what should I know? Instead of like when you get stuck, go, okay, well, here's a little colloquialism, and I'm going to make a reference to an obscure wrestler from the 1970s. Get it?
Well, this is my thing. Two things. One, Kevin Kelly didn't care in the beginning. I fucking bitched about Kevin Kelly. He was plugging Ring of Honor way too much in the beginning. But now that New Japan's his number one home, he's doing absolutely amazing things. Second off, if you're a YouTuber podcaster, then yeah, fucking wing it. Give your opinions. Fucking, yeah, don't be professional. But, television, JR, Josh Barnett, Access, you should have a higher professionalism than two fucking idiots hanging out in a fucking Google Hangouts. That's all I'm saying, to me, it just seems like we literally just show up and we're going to be like, hey, we're going to talk wrestling anyway. Might as well put fucking microphones on. That's how we see it. We just see it as a conversation with you guys. But I'm sure if Access TV ever made the mistake of hiring us to do English commentary, we'd go crazy doing research and
oh my god! I mean, that's when,
what I mean. It's just
the professional switch gets turned on with me, and I would have to I'd go up to every wrestler like, okay, what's your mother's maiden name? Are you allergic to anything? What are your hopes and aspirations? What does your dad do for a living? Do you have any kids? What's your favorite food? I'd be doing all that shit. They'd be like, who the fuck is this white boy?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's just, JR's a Hall of Famer. Josh Barnett is, one of the greatest combat sports athletes of all time if you combine all the sports that he does. With that said, you should have a little bit of professionalism, and I don't know, there's something, maybe it's because there's a language barrier, but it always seems to me, and Kevin Kelly got out of this, it always seems to me, no matter how good of an announcer you are, when you go to New Japan, you're like, oh, fuck it, it's a payday. Let me just fucking mail it the fuck in. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And I just hope that they get past that. And, and here's the thing. If you want JR star power and you want him to mail it in, then put him with Kevin Kelly so that there's at least someone in the booth, or vice versa. Like, I don't make it a 3-man booth. Don't do that, because that's a huge mistake. But have a 2-man booth where if you have one that's star power, JR, then have someone that actually does the job. You know what I mean? I was just going to say, I'm the asshole who just shows up. Boom Boom's the one who's prepared. See? Just like Wrestle AM. Go on, Booms.
Let's see. Next, we've got Naito versus Yoshihashi. Then let's see. The IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship is on the line with Will Ospreay defending against Hamaru Takahashi. Never Openweight Championship on the line is Hiroki Goto takes on Evil. And a match I'm actually looking the most forward to is the IWGP Heavyweight title match between Kazuchika Okada taking on Sonata.
Yeah. But they're building it up pretty good. Like, to me, Sonata's not bad. I just don't think he's in Okada's league. Let me ask
you this. Let's just play devil's advocate. This is just for shits and giggles. Don't take this seriously. But you're a fan of Chaos. I'm a fan of LIJ. Mm-hmm. Let's just play devil's advocate. If Sonata beats Okada and wins the championship, would you consider it an upset? I'm not saying it would be.
No. I disagree. maybe it's because I live in Japan and I go to wrestling bars and hang out. I would think it would be one of the biggest upsets ever. I don't know what fucking is going on in the West. I don't know what's going on in America. But here we're just like, oh, like our attitude is this is a great storyline for someone to lose to Okada. Like, no one, I don't know. I hang out with, probably this week alone, I've hung out with 20 to 30 wrestling drunks. And all we do is drink beer and talk wrestling. Oh my God, Wrestle AM is my life. But no one thinks he's gonna fucking win. Like we're just happy there's a good storyline for Okada's next victim. That's how most of. I've not met anyone that doesn't think like that in Japan. Maybe there are people out there that think like, oh, well, I think it's a huge upset. I think it's beyond shocking.
I would consider it to be shocking, but I would not necessarily consider it to be an upset because I do think Sonata is a very talented athlete.
I don't think it's nowhere near.
Do you think they're doing this? They're trying to take Sonata to the next level.
I think they're trying to get Sonata to the next level, and they have to build people up for Okada to defeat. Like, you can't have the Kenny Omegas, Naitos, God forbid, Tanahashi. You can't have them over and over and over.
Tanahashi's on the shelf for a while.
Yeah. Oh, I meant like I don't want to see that fucking match ever again.
Oh no. We saw that.
Unless it's a retirement match or maybe 10 years from now. I don't know.
Yeah, but that hit like Randy Orton, John Cena levels of like, okay, never again. I don't ever want to fucking see this goddamn match again.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think it's just great. Oh, fucking hey, dude. Hey, brother, let me call you back in about a little bit. All right, peace.
Just turn your phone off. Dave Koco, popular hero.
Give me 5 seconds, brother. All right, take over.
All right. No, I wouldn't consider it to be an upset because I do think he's that talented. But while Dave Koco's on the phone, there's actually another story I'd like to bring up here. New Japan related to kind of keep things moving along here. Remember at not New Beginnings, but New Year's Dash in Korakuen Hall after Wrestle Kingdom 12, we saw Chris Jericho attack Tetsuya Naito from behind. Well, when I saw that Jericho was headed back to WWE, I think we did like the 25th anniversary of Raw. I thought, okay, well, is he back now for good? I mean, I know he's not under contract with WWE. He can do what he wants. But anyway, I thought maybe they dropped that angle. Well, it turns out they were looking at pushing Chris Jericho versus Naito at Long Beach for the Strong Style Evolved out in California, but it's looking like now that they're sold out, which, by the way, sold out in 20 minutes. They sold out I think it was the Walter Pyramid. It's bigger than the last haul that they did out in Long Beach 8 months ago back in the summer. They sold out a bigger arena in less time. They sold it out in 20 minutes. So with that being done, New Japan, at least I think they did something smart here. They've decided to push back the Chris Jericho versus Tetsuya Naito. It's looking like the main event for that one's going to be Cody Rhodes versus Kenny Omega. And with that match with Jericho being pushed back, it looks like it's going to be Naito versus Jericho possibly at Dominion back in June in the summer, which actually, Dave, you're a booker, so I think it's a smart move. I mean, you've already got the Walter Pyramids sold out. You've already got a pretty good main event, Cody Rhodes versus Naito, or not Cody Rhodes versus Omega, excuse me. Now you could take Naito and Jericho, push that back to the summer, hopefully keep more eyeballs on the product because that's something. Yeah. You can sell more subscriptions to New Japan. Hopefully you hung on to it since Wrestle Kingdom, but you can hopefully sell more subscriptions when you do the Long Beach show and then keep those subscriptions or even sell even more when you get to the summer. You've got another big marquee matchup.
No, my question is, and I apologize for not knowing this, did they advertise Jericho being there?
Not to my knowledge. I don't think they
okay, then I would bump it back to Japan. Like, as long as they didn't advertise it, because my whole thing is if they advertised it, Jericho should show up there. But I think they just now named because this is the first I'd heard about this being official for the Long Beach show was Omega versus Rhodes, because I know that they've teased it for
in Ring of Honor, or they said they were going to do it in for Mania weekend in Ring of Honor. I think it's a Super Card of Honor. They're going to do that, but I didn't know they were doing it until recently for the New Japan show in March.
Yeah, I know. I think that's good. Yeah, as long as they didn't advertise Jericho, then yeah, I would only be honest with you. It's a no-brainer. If they sell out the arena and it's on Access TV, then yeah, I would push Jericho back to Japan, because Jericho is a god in Japan. Literally, he's a god. We worship him. And the second thing is, Access TV is free. You want people to subscribe to New Japan, so get the best of your money. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. As long as they didn't advertise Chris Jericho, which is a possibility, then I would definitely put Chris Jericho in Japan. That's just my opinion. All right. You want to go to a couple of comments real quick?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Do the 2 comments.
We don't have that many, so that's why I want to make sure that the internet infantry gets some loves. Yuri Blake says, bums, they need to hire you to introduce any and everybody. Sweet. Bum, I knew you'd come. This is from Heavy J. Impact is licensing the broken footage to WWE. Oh, that's good. Edward Mohan says, good morning. Hey, good morning, guys. Or good night in my case. Hook and shoot. I was a fan of Sonata's All Japan work, but he seems a bit lost and unfocused since he came to New Japan. By the way, I hate Okada's pants. Why hook and shoot? Why? I have no idea why people hate the pants so much. Yeah, I don't know. I like Sonata. I know what it is. Sonata to me is a great mid-carder getting a main event push. That's what it is in my opinion. And my humble opinion, there's no way he can beat Okada. There's just no fucking way. All I know is if Sonata beats Okada, Naito could just shit right in the ring. Just be like, you know what? This is what I think. I'm out. Peace. Let's see. Edward Mohan says, do you think possibly putting Nia Jax in the Women's Championship at Mania waters down the Women's Rumble? I don't know, because there's 2 championships. I think Asuka, she definitely deserves to be a one-on-one match.
I think last I heard that was going to be a one-on-one match.
Yeah, it should
be. Unless they did something, unless they pulled some kind of fucking switcheroo that I'm not aware of.
No, well, it's just a question. Do you think possibly putting Nia Jax? Edward Mohan also goes on, now that Triple H is running 205 Live, do you think he's going to let the Cruiserweights interact with the rest of the roster? I don't know. Matter of fact, I might, if I have time, and I don't, I'm going to watch 205 Live because it's 2 of my favorite wrestlers this week, and maybe review it and give my opinion. All 205 Live has to do is take Cruiserweight wrestling serious. Problem solved. It doesn't matter if Spud McKenzie, Rockstar Spud, fucking Spud on a Potato, Triple H, or, anybody. It doesn't matter. 1, take the Cruiserweight wrestling seriously. 2, let them wrestle a Cruiserweight style. 3, make billions of dollars. No more Steve Carinos. And that's not a knock on Steve Carino, but no more, oh, I can't wrestle a Cruiserweight style. Get it, guys? I'm a heel. Cank that. Cank it. If you're only a small guy who can wrestle and you can't ricochet it the fuck up, get the fuck out of 205 Live. Get the fuck out of 205 Live. And I'm not saying everyone has to be on the level of Ricochet because that's impossible. But when I turn on 205 Live, I want to see Cruiserweight wrestling. I love Cruiserweight wrestling. Why isn't it good? Why? You know what it is? It's like going to a sushi bar and you can't order sushi. That's what 205 Live is. Do you like cruiserweights? Yes, I do. Right this way. We don't have any cruiserweights. I mean, we have light guys. We got tiny guys. We got guys that are too short for the WWE, but really no cruiserweights, no luchadors. Just, and granted, half the roster can wrestle a cruiserweight style. The only problem is half the roster isn't wrestling each other. It's like, this is 205 Live. Ready? Bad guy who can't wrestle cruiserweight style versus the good guy who can. That's it. That's the whole fucking show. Bam! You've seen it. If you've seen one cruiserweight guy going, I can't wrestle a cruiserweight style. Boo! Here comes a real cruiserweight. Yeah! But there's no cruiserweight wrestling matches. That's all I'm saying, man. It's so fucking easy to fix that show. It's so easy to fix that show. Why? I don't know. Like, you know, if you're a sushi bar, serve sushi. That's it. That's Booms. Am I losing my mind? Am I a fucking crazy person here?
No.
All right. Is the Bullet Club split, aka Cody versus the Elite? I don't know.
Oh, I think they're setting up for something big for that. Because if you watch Being the Elite, you know there's something cooking in the background.
Yeah, dude. I've been watching Being the Elite. It's so fucking funny and stupid. They just get social media with all their heart. All right. On top of all that, folks, I don't know what's gonna happen with Bullet Club, and that's a good thing. All right. But I saw a picture on Twitter of a like mascot bear wearing a t-shirt that said everything is fine with Bullet Club, and it made me smile and laugh way more than it should have. I thought it was the most adorable, cutest fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. Everything's okay with Bullet Club. Move along. Zach Rose says, do you think people are putting too much faith in Triple H? It seems like a lot of people think he's the answer to a lot of people's problem, but I'm not for sure. Yes and no. Triple H takes a lot of credit for NXT. NXT is good. Now, is Triple H just the rich kid taking credit for someone else's work? We will find out when Daddy Vince steps down. And I've said this on the air. People ask me, how long will I give WWE a chance? When Vince McMahon officially steps down, retires, dies, I hope he retires. I don't want to see the old man die. I mean, he's eventually going to die. I don't think he's going to live forever. But I don't want the reason why he steps down. I'd like to see him, like, you know, just chill the fuck out. You know, I don't know, go to Cuba and smoke some cigars. Whatever the fuck Vince McMahon's retirement plan is. Or, you know, be in the owner's box of every XFL team. I love the XFL. God, take office. But I'm giving Triple H 2 years when he's officially in charge. And if WWE becomes NXT, but at the highest stage, then he's worth all the praise. If he comes in there and it's just business as usual, I'm going to have to retire because Triple H is young. I'm going to die before Triple H. You know what I mean? Triple H works out. He probably has trillions and zillions of dollars. No. Yeah. So that's it. I'm giving Triple H 2 years to run WWE, and then I'm officially like just calling it a day. I'm like, toot toot, I'm out. I'm barely hanging on as it is, you know. But there you go. Moving along. Heavy J says, I love the Ospreay and Takahashi press conference. If you haven't seen it, you should. Andre Corbell says, damn, seeing you guys live tells me over here in Canada that I should have went to bed a long time ago. Hello, how you doing, boys? Hey, doing pretty good. Just slowly but surely getting back into this YouTube thing. We're a bunch of fucking nerds. But yeah, congratulations. He does Wrestling with Wrestling. It's a new website coming and a YouTube channel, so check it out. Edward Mohan says, the reason why I asked that because Asuka's facing Nia at Elimination Chamber, and if May win, she goes into a championship match to make it a triple threat. Oh, that would be a huge mistake, in my opinion.
Yeah,
that would just be a huge mistake. Sorry, I didn't know that was a stipulation. All right, I get punched in the head a lot. All right, Booms.
All right,
that's it of comment time. Let's move on.
All right, next, let's see. Ring of Honor. They've got. They're going to stream the Honor Reign Supreme show live and free tonight. They've launched a new ROHWrestling.com, and they've launched an app, the Honor Club service, and basically to kind of kick everything off, they're going to start a show at 7 p.m. Actually, start streaming live at 7 tonight Eastern Time. It's going to air ROHWrestling.com, Facebook Live, and the Fight app. You've got let's see, you got a 6-man main event. You've got the Bullet Club versus the Kingdom. I think I'm kind of glad that Ring of Honor's got this new streaming service, because one of my critiques with Ring of Honor is they've got a good product and they deliver when it comes to pay-per-view time, but watching their TV show is just it's a waste of time because everything is weeks behind what's actually going on. The only way to follow them is to either go to every fucking live show that they have or just like them on Facebook, and then you can kind of follow that way. But, it's just a waste of time to follow them if you're trying to keep up to date on the storylines, what's going on, because they'll go someplace, they'll shoot like 8 weeks worth of TV, I'm exaggerating, and then that's what you follow on TV. Meanwhile, it has nothing to do with anything that's going on as far as the story and timeline, the continuity of Ring of Honor.
I honestly think networks are the future, and I've been saying that forever. I started online streaming television when I had to describe to people what it was. Like, they didn't understand. I was like, oh, you can watch TV on your computer. And they're like, really? Yeah, Combat TV was a huge success for me, and it's the way of the future. And I've been pounding that drum forever. Like, I was one of the first people to stream pro wrestling. I was me and WWN. We were like early pioneers. And I used to work with WWN, but then we had a falling out. But yeah, whatchamacallit? Like, everyone should have a network. It's got to the point now. I know this sounds bad. I watch WWE and New Japan more because it's super convenient with the networks. And then, like, if another company comes by and like, oh, check us out, and you don't have a network, I don't know. It's really, really convenient, and it's the way of the future. You know what I mean? And if you can make the networks, and not only that, but if you could get like a WWN, but with the Ring of Honors, Pro Wrestling Guerrillas, and get all that going, yeah, I think that's the future. Like, if you're not streaming it live on the computer, then what the hell's the point? Yeah, I just think, and I know this is like too late, too little, too late, and welcome to the party, but you can ask Boom Booms. A, Combat TV. B, World Wrestling Network. C, I've been saying this from the beginning of fucking time. You should be. I was also Macho Man. Macho Man had his own streaming channel before it was popular. I don't know if people know that, but yeah, I think it was machoman.com. I could be wrong. But yeah, he had his own streaming channel. But yeah. So I think it's actually the future. I mean, it's not even the future. It's like, why the fuck ain't everyone doing this? So yeah, because like, here's the thing. I only watch the big Ring of Honor pay-per-views. If they had a network, I'd probably watch it more often. You know what I mean? And then the thing is, like Boom Boom said with television, it's always so far behind. No, it is. It feels like preseason. Ring of Honor's TV show feels like preseason. And if I'm in the room and it's on, I'll watch it, but I'm not going to go out of my way. Where if you're like, this weekend, I don't know, Awesome Wrestler A is going to fight Awesome Wrestler B, and the Briscoes will be there, and it's only $9.99 or something like that, I'll be there. I know that, but you know how much great footage Ring of Honor has? Yeah. I don't know. So yeah, I think networks are the best deal, and that's awesome that it's free. I'm going to check it out tonight. How much is their network? Is any of this? You got any details on that?
I don't know. I think that I don't know if they've officially launched it. So let's take a look.
Maybe this is a test run tonight.
This could be the test run. Let's take a look.
I'm going to go to live comments while you're looking, if there are any live comments. I appreciate the plug. Thank you. Hey, no problem, brother. We're rebuilding ourselves, and I hope you guys do great. We're not really competitive around here. We're like a big family. Seriously, Dave, how old are you? How old are I feel like I'm on a date with a Japanese girl. Shoot, I'm 39 years old. I'm old as fuck. Yeah, I'm old. So there you go. So, but in Japan, they say you're only as old as the girl you're dating, and if that's the case, I should be a lot younger. Rick 1982 says, "How long until Fedor decides to officially retire from MMA?" I don't know. Like, when it comes to that stuff, they should be able to do it to as long as they want. You know what I mean? Yeah, for some reason our YouTube keeps skipping. I don't know what's going on with YouTube. Hopefully it's not skipping for everybody else. Oh no, it's just my computer being stupid. 1 thumbs down, you son of a bitches! How dare you! Like, comment, subscribe! I already see him losing to Frank Mir in the Bellator MMA heavyweight title tournament. Dude, I am so excited for the Bellator MMA tournament. I don't know who's in it, but it was like the greatest tournament ever. I forgot who was in it, but I remember seeing this. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna watch this shit. There's like a bunch of dude.
Yeah, I'm not seeing here. I'm not seeing.
I love how people ask us questions like we're the experts, and I'm like asking them questions. Rick, 1982. When does the Bellator MMA thing start? Because I want to go out of my way to watch that. All right, Booms, you're not seeing it? All right, we'll find out. Like, comment, subscribe.
All right. Actually, we've been talking about it a little bit here for WWE, so I'm going to ask you. There's a couple of stories here I want to ask you your opinion on here. The headline for this one, and of course, this is a Meltzer report saying that Ronda Rousey signed by the WWE to build up Stephanie McMahon. And I was like, no, really, go on. But here's what's saying with the Wrestling Observer newsletter. This is from Dave Meltzer, and I'm quoting here. And this is a quote here. The key to Rousey is much more about Stephanie McMahon, which is why they want that super high-profile match. And if they can get The Rock, it makes it even more high profile. Stephanie McMahon is a big star in wrestling, but she's not mainstream star at all. It was explained to me that the key, all this goes back to what made Vince McMahon a big star, which was the program with Steve Austin, and what made Steve Austin a breakthrough star being a pro wrestling top guy, which was hardly an interview at King of the Ring or the WrestleMania match with Bret Hart, as legend has it, but the angle in Fresno with Mike Tyson. Rousey is a major sports star. The idea that she was the single most searched female athlete in the U.S. on the internet in 2017, a year she never competed and for the most part laid low, speaks volumes. The idea for the program is to make Stephanie a star outside of just the pro wrestling world, unquote.
Poor. I don't even know where to begin. I don't even know where to begin. Like, I don't know. I'm a huge fan of Ronda Rousey, and I hope she does good. But if she's only there to help Stephanie McMahon get to that next level, that's a weird thing. How is that going to work? Like, how is it? I have no idea. Is Stephanie going to fight Ronda? The fuck is going? I don't know. I'm at a loss of words. It's just so fucking dumb. It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. It's like me hiring Fedor and BJ Penn and paying them to fucking hang out with me and then be like, I'm the greatest fighter of all time. Okay, rich people are delusional. I could see it. I don't know. Well, here's the thing. Do you think it's a crazy idea? It's a stupid idea. But do you think it will work? Do you think like people are like, wow, Stephanie McMahon and Ronda Rousey, we got to put her in Hollywood? Because I don't see her. What? I'm trying to think like Stephanie McMahon. I'm sorry. I'm over a loss of words. Boobs, I'm hot tagging you. You actually broke my brain with this story.
Well, it just sounds like to me like Stephanie wants to break through into the mainstream and thinking that Ronda Rousey is the best chance to do that. Well, here's the thing. If this was, I can't say that it won't work because remember when Tyson appeared on Monday Night Raw, did that angle with Stone Cold Steve Austin, he was under suspension for, the whole biting incident. So I can't say that it won't work. I just think it's going to be like the curiosity factor. It's okay. What does Ronda Rousey do? Oh, she's not fighting MMA anymore. Well, she's doing wrestling. Well, how the fuck is this looking? And they're going to see her interact and do things with Stephanie McMahon. And it's going to be, well, hey, who's this Stephanie McMahon chick? Oh, it's the boss's daughter. Oh, she's starting to run parts of the company now. Okay. And I guess maybe to seem like she's a bigger deal than what she is. I think it's just kind of like coolness or popularity by association.
I just don't think it's going to work. I could be wrong, though. I mean, the Kardashians, I probably said that wrong. I have no idea who they are, to be honest. But I read that they became famous all off a sex tape.
So, one of them did.
Yeah,
and actually, their dad was an attorney. He defended O.J. Simpson.
The moral of the story is, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off.
I'm just saying the Kardashians are famous for being famous because the dad was one of the attorneys that defended O.J. Simpson.
Yeah, but did anyone know that before the sex tape? I had no idea who these people
were.
were.
Well, yeah, well, they kind of knew. It's like, oh, that's I can't think of I can't think of the Kardashian's first name, but it's like, oh, that's Kardashian's daughter, and then she popped up in the sex tape, and then that led to a whole spinoff. And
yeah, I'm just saying, if there's no sex tape, they're not stars. So maybe Ronda Rousey's Stephanie.
So what you're saying is, Dave, you're not going to make a sex tape to get famous.
No, I don't think it would help my cause at all.
Come on, Tiger Mask.
At all. Oh my God, that's old school Tiger Mask. All right. I don't know. I've been wrong before. I just think this is really dumb. I think it's a dumb way of using Ronda Rousey. But who knows? Maybe she'll be the next Rock. I don't.
Tiger Mask plows a 25-year-old Japanese girl. Kick at it too. Kick at it too.
Oh, moving on. Whatever happened to the Nakamura girl? I totally forgot. I don't know. I think she finds me annoying.
You don't say.
Yeah, well, because like, I don't know. Like, I think she liked me, and then I didn't move in on it. And then I made stupid jokes, and every time I see her, I go, yow! And now she's just like, you're a fucking idiot. And I'm like, yeah, I could have told you that. So I think that's where the update is. I never asked her out. I never even talked to her this week. So I do yow her when I walk by. I'm like, yow! And she's like, you are a fucking retard. I have no idea what you're doing. So that's the update. Edward Mohan and Internet Infantry, I totally let you down. There's the fucking update. Yuri Blake says, how the fuck were you in the Marines and ran wrestling in 39 years? Dude, I'm 27 and feel like I already failed at life. Well, right now is the lowest I've ever been, so I don't know if I should be giving you advice on anything. The Marines, I just joined when I was 17 because I was poor as fuck and wanted to die in the front line, and that was the best way to do it. I failed at that. And then a lot of stuff that I've done, I just say yes. No, like, I know it sounds crazy because like I've done so many jobs. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, sports reporter, television newscaster, radio, novelist, you know, and all. I'm going to be in a horror movie coming up. And the thing is, a lot of times, just say yes. Like, you'd be surprised how far it goes. Now, don't lose your ass. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying, like, if someone gives you an opportunity, just say yes. I know it sounds crazy, but you have no idea how far you can get in life as far as adventure goes by just saying yes.
The William Shatner approach, because William Shatner is just kind of known for never turning down a job because his attitude was, hey, it's work. It gets my name out there, gets my face out there. I get a paycheck for it.
Yeah, and the thing is, when you're chasing your dreams, it's always hard to get paid to do what you love. But it's one of those things, how much do you sacrifice for something you love? And then also know like what you're worth and your price. But yeah, right now I'm super depressed, so I don't know why I'm giving anyone fucking advice. But at one time I was successful. And just saying yes. That's it. All right, sure. Why not? And then just know what you want to do. And as long, like, and the thing is too, like, if you're a minimalist and you don't have much responsibility, it's even easier because you can lose everything. And trust me, I have. You can lose everything, but you still have the experience in life. And yeah, I don't know. It's either you choose safety or you choose adventure. And I've always chose adventure. And when you live that lifestyle, you have ups and downs, but you got a hell of a fucking tons of great stories. You got tons of great experience. You know?
When you have education and you have experience, those are two things that nobody can ever take away from you.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm absolutely not the guy to give you advice, but with that said, I don't know. Just fucking do it. And the thing is, like, every day have your big goals and every day have your small goals and then just do it. And then the biggest thing is, I'm going to mispronounce this word, but not depression, but procrastination. Did I say that right?
Yes, you did.
What you got to do is you just got to fucking do it. And like, this is something that I always do. And this is going to be dark. I want to apologize, but this is what I do. And this is like 100% true. For the last whole life, but the last 5 years, it's been really bad. And after the divorce, it got really bad. I have like severe depression issues. But every day I go to the gym. Every day I write. And one thing that helps me is pretending that I'm dead. I know it sounds fucked up. I pretend I did. Every morning I'm like, I'm fucking dead. I'm dead inside. None of this fucking exists. And I pretend that I'm dead already and I'm just doing this for my old self. So like I'll be like, oh, David would want you to go to the gym. I talk in third person. It's fucked up. I am the worst person to give advice for. You are all going to the crazy bit. But that's what I do. I just, every morning, I'm like, I'm fucking dead. David would want you to get up. David would want you to go to work. David, and just pretend you're dead already. And then just keep moving forward and celebrate the small victories. And just know it's not easy. It's not fucking easy. And you're going to have ups and downs. And that's it. Just be adventurous. Okay. That was the worst advice ever.
Yeah, yeah. I honestly think that was. I think that officially.
Moving on. The Bellator tournament already started. Rampage lost to Chael Sonnen in the first round. Andre Colbro says Stephanie's ego is way too overblown, just like she's trying to take credit for the women's revolution that the knockouts are responsible for. Yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah. Usually I don't give TNA enough credit, but that's actually kind of true. But yeah, I mean, because here's the thing, Stephanie could have done this a long time ago. The thing is, Stephanie is a feminist, women power, just because it's profitable. If it wasn't profitable, you'd still have bra and panty matches. If it wasn't a demand for it, So, like, I just hate the fact that she's acting like the saint. She's acting like where you had power. Same thing with Jim Ross. I hate Jim Ross podcasts sometimes because at one time he had power. And now, all of a sudden, you're doing a podcast like my fucking nerdy ass. And you're like, oh, this is what I would have done. Well, why didn't you? Why didn't you? You were there. And granted, you can only be like, oh, Vince stopped me so many times. But there's stuff that you were directly in charge of that you fucked up. I don't know. But then again, there has to be a rich person that takes credit for a movement. I mean, that's just the reality of life. So, yeah. And let's see, any more live comments? This will be the last one, and then we're going to come back to live comments later. Boom. So get the story ready. I like that these promotions having streaming services, but it's hard for people like me who follow every Japanese promotion under the sun and are forced to pick and choose what you watch. That's the real competition. That's this generation's competition. It's time and which networks to watch. And I think there'll be more and more combined. You know what I mean? Because, like, I'm going to be completely honest. I have the New Japan World and the WWE Network, and that's it. And then, like, Aaron, like, I don't know. Yeah, I think English commentary and streaming networks are the future. I do, and I think which one you buy is the legit competition. And then if you can get double package deals, you know what I mean? Because here's the thing, like, I'm just thinking out loud. If it's $9.99 for New Japan World and Dragon Gate is $9.99, I'm picking one of them. But if you can get both of them for $15, I'd buy both. You know what I mean? So I think it's going to recreate cable packages. You know what I mean? Because, like, let's say there was 6 feds and you loved 4 of them and 2 of them were so-so, but you could get them all for $40. You'd probably do that way before you'd pay $9.99 for each one. You know what I mean? I think it's redefining cable. I think that's what's going to happen. There's going to be a Netflix explosion kind of situation. I could be wrong, but that's my theory. Your thoughts, Booms?
No, actually, it sounds like a good idea. I think one thing that, and maybe we can make some money doing this. So, Dave, put this under our cap here. What if we made a service that was just about combining wrestling streaming services?
Yeah, I mean, but the thing is, you have to get. I don't know. I'm pretty fucking depressed. All right, let's do it. David would want you to make a streaming service. We've done a streaming service. Combat TV. Those were good days. If anyone remembers Combat TV, thank you. You're as old school as it gets. Dude, we had millions and millions of people watching. Now we have 12. Yeah, well, times have changed, Boom. Times have changed.
Yeah, you take a break for a year and a half and people go away. I mean.
Yeah. All right, Booms. What's
All
next?
right.
Because we're gonna wrap this up in about a
All
half
right,
hour.
couple more stories we're going to wrap up here. It's looking like Jason Jordan, he's out indefinitely right now. He had an injured disc to his neck. He underwent a minimal invasive surgery. It was a posterior cervical microdiscectomy, and no word on how long he's going to be out. This led to him and Seth Rollins being pulled from the Elimination Chamber. It looks like they were going to set up something to where it was going to lead to a feud between those two that was going to come to a head at Mania. Looking like that may not be the case now. I've even heard rumors right now of Finn Balor being used to replace Jason Jordan as far as a tag team goes with Seth Rollins. But either way around, I really do wish Jason Jordan the best in his recovery.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel bad because he's about to get a WrestleMania match. There's a storyline. He's starting to get heel heat. So the timing is absolutely horrible. But who knows? Maybe when he comes back, they can rebuild his character. And, because the thing is, I don't think Kurt Angle's son was, I don't think that was working the way they wanted it to work.
No.
So, I mean, I think they were trying to book around it and make him a heel, but I don't think that was the original plan. I mean, of course, Triple H will pretend it's the original plan, but plot holes. But maybe he comes back because he's a really great athlete, and I'm rooting for him. I like Jason Jordan. I just think the Kurt Angle son thing didn't go the way they expected it to go. So I feel bad because he would have had a great WrestleMania moment. But with that said, maybe when he comes back, they can polish up what they got. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Absolutely.
Hopefully something good comes out of it, but hopefully he comes back and he's healthy. All right. What else is going down in the hood?
All right. Last one I want to talk about here. This is actually a good story here. Remember the anti-diva, Serena Deeb? She's back with WWE. This time is a full-time trainer. She's now working in the Performance Center. Of course, you may not remember, she was the diva or the anti-diva who had the shaved head, was part of the Straight Edge Society. She lost her job. I don't know exactly what was going on behind the scene. They said it's because, she was part of the Straight Edge Society on TV, but they were getting pissed off because, like, on her downtime, like when she was out on the road, was going to bars and stuff. When they did the Mae Young Classic, it made it sound like she was a full-blown alcoholic. But either way around, she lost her job. She went. She actually became like a yoga instructor. They brought her back for the Mae Young Classic, and apparently she talked to enough people, impressed the right people, and now she's back. She's going to be back at the Performance Center. She's going to be training along with Sarah Amato, and I could not be happy for her. I could not be happier, I should say, happier for her. I really feel like it's deserving. I feel it's one hell of a comeback story, and I'm just so happy that she was. I mean, she did such a wonderful job in OVW, Florida Championship Wrestling. She did some time in Shimmer. Everybody's going to remember her for her time in WWE. I hate that she kind of went out the way that she went out, but I love this redemption story.
Yeah, to steal a line from Joe Rogan, everyone loves a comeback story.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So there you go.
By the way, she may be older, and when I say older, I mean just like got a little seasoning to her. Not old woman, but she's still pretty fucking hot. I will say that.
All right, well, it's Bum Bum approved. Approved. Yeah, I like comeback stories. I like hearing that. So congratulations to her, and hopefully it just makes the women's wrestling a lot better. So there you go. All right, any more news stories? Are we wrapping this up?
No, let's just wrap this bad boy up here. Any comments you want to hit?
No, I just wanted to plug the Hack Myers Memorial Show one more time down at Doobly Doo. When I worked in Florida, Hack Myers was probably one of the greatest fucking human beings alive, and it's just sad that he passed away. I know this happened a while back, but they just put it up recently on YouTube. The whole show. I don't know if it's a good show, but it's for a good cause, and the former WWE superstar Gangrel was there, and former NWA champion Cahagas, State Line, who are my homeboys, Bruce Santee, David Mercury. A lot of great sideshow, a lot of great guys that I worked with in Florida. So yeah, I normally don't plug indie shows I haven't watched yet, But for the fact that Hack Myers was such a great guy and he was, you know, one of the best
You may
guys
remember
in the
him in
business.
ECW as the Shaw.
Yeah, for old school fans. So yeah, check it out. Give it a like, you know. And yeah, so it's on. There's a link to the doobly doo, but it's Cheap Pop Productions. So hopefully they get some love because you know sometimes it's just we live in an information age where it's just you can put up a whole show for free on the indies, and back in the day you would get thousands and thousands of views. But now there's so much indies and so much entertainment that it's harder and harder to break through. You know what I mean? So, like I said, I haven't watched it yet. I plan on watching it probably later tonight. But I just want to give props to Hack Myers. Thank you, Internet Infantry, for the shirt. Woohoo! Ricochet. I appreciate it. And like, comment, subscribe, buy my book, watch Coco Plays. And has anyone made bumbumsandstockings.net a thing yet? Has anyone done that, you sons of bitches? Bellator MMA World Grand Prix. Ricardo sent me this on Facebook. You got Rampage, Chael Sonnen, which already happened. Fedor versus Frank Mir is going to be amazing. Matt Mitrione versus Roy Nelson is going to be amazing. Bader versus King Mo. That's awesome. I like that tournament. I'm going to watch Bellator. Yuri Blake says, conspiracy theory. Whenever WrestleMania comes around, WWE's top most interesting storyline talent either get fired or injured. Enzo, Nia, Jason Jordan, Seth Rollins a few years ago. Yeah, I just think just bad timing. You know what it is? I think it's because it's WrestleMania, it's way more noticeable. Like they have injuries throughout the year, but if someone misses Backlash, is that even still a thing? No one gives a shit. But WrestleMania is their Super Bowl. It's their Wrestle Kingdom. So yeah, I just think it's way more noticeable. Edward deleted a message, but then said this. I remember when the UFC was an open elimination tournament. So do I, sir. So do I. And I think that just means we're old. I think that's what that means. I think we just means we're old. Oh, man. I love the UFC. I love old school UFC. I got to watch more UFC. But know what it is? All my heroes are getting old and retiring. So it's kind of like, I have to watch these new young whippersnappers, but their fighters are so much more amazing now. I don't know. Go UFC. I don't think they need our support. I think they're okay on their own. Booms. Wrap this up and let's rock and roll.
Well, I want to thank everybody for joining us here. In the meantime, you can always check us out at KocoSports.com, KOCOSports.com. It's your home for combat sports, where the world goes to kick ass, and most importantly, where it's okay to be a passionate fan. Buy Coco's book, Operation Freak Show, available on Amazon.com. Just type it in, Operation Freak Show. It's a pivotal novel. It's a very driving. It's a thriller. It's a modern day like Hitchcock, just psychological, just drama. These people who are fed up with pedophiles picking on helpless children don luchador mask and take matters into their own hands to seek justice.
You are way better pitchman than me. Way better. Thank you for such kind words. But I'm like, book, food, buy, please. Booms, you have to be my pitchman forever.
Somebody's going to have to.
And hopefully, if depression doesn't kill me, KocoSports.net and all those guys will be
you're not allowed to.
And James Legend. James Legend just gave me a Facebook shout out. I don't know if he's watching, but I love you, James Legend. There, I said it. I love you more than a straight man should. All right. Hopefully we get James Legend back on the team. All right. Internet Infantry, thanks for the free shirt. Woohoo! Like, comment, subscribe. And with that, I am over. Bum, 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 bum.